And there you go. Now you're starting to compile your list of moving companies that you want to start researching further. So from there, you say, okay, well, I'm going to start contacting these companies, or I'm going to start researching them online. Because you can go to the Better Business Bureau, you can go to Angie's List, you can go to Yelp, and there are a lot of feedback websites that will let you know how good a company is based on consumer reviews. I would urge all consumers not to discredit or not to discount a company simply because they have a few blemishes. The reality is that any company that does any sizable amount of business is going to have issues. Something happens. They're called accidents for a reason. The sign of a really good company is how do they deal with those problems when they arrive? When they occur, how are they resolved? Because I can tell from experience and from personal stories that I've collected that if you're looking to save money, as everybody is, that's great. But if you try to go with the cheapest mover, what's going to happen is if something bad happens, you're going to end up spending a lot of time and money in the runaround. They'll push you off onto third-party people, they'll push off onto insurance companies. And so
you get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for. And you spend more time and energy on the back end than just being able to sit back and enjoy a good move from the word go. So after you've kind of narrowed that field down to saying, okay, well, these companies do a sizable amount of business and they handle any claims that come up professionally, quickly, and to the satisfaction of both the company and the consumer. For me, it's also important to start asking, what kind of people do you employ? What kind of people are going to be in my home? I'm concerned about who's going to be in my mother's home, who's going to be in my grandmother's home, who's going to be around my children, who's going to be around my wife, my belongings. My suggestion is you want to make sure that these companies are doing background checks on all their employees. You want to ask questions of the company of how do they select their people, how do they screen their people, what kind of training do they have. I mean, moving is not rocket science. We're not trying to put somebody into space here. We're picking one thing up, we're putting it down safely in another location. But there is a training program that a lot of companies implement to make sure that happens smoothly and to avoid any problems. So you want to find out about their people.